That was one of the electrical shocks that they give me every day, throughout the day, at night. They do that to me to keep me from sleeping. Um, like I said, this is happening to me in my life. Why? I don't know. I'm just trying to bring awareness and let people know what's going on to me, going on with me. It's probably something you don't want to see, you don't want to accept. You might say this guy's crazy, but I couldn't fake this. If I was crazy, I wouldn't be able to hold a job. I wouldn't be able to be articulate. I wouldn't be able to hold a full conversation. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills, have a car, take care of 3 kids for almost 19 years. Uh, Enlisted in the Marine Corps, have an honorable discharge. Go to church, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be able to function in society if I was mentally insane, schizophrenic. I'd be seeing things, hearing things, talking to myself. Like I said, I'm doing these videos to bring awareness and to help people. And there are a lot of people out there like me. Just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean that it's fake. It doesn't mean I'm crazy. Like I said, you can do the research and look up these things, and you'll see for yourself that it's real, and how evil and sadistic it is to sit there and torture somebody and hurt somebody every day of their life. And this has been going on like this, these shocks during the day and night now for 2 years now. 2 years this is happening. And they designed this, to do this from a distance. That way, if you talk about it, it makes you look crazy, and it makes you look like, you're making it up. But in fact, it's a real thing. If you look up, Google all this stuff, you'll find petitions, you'll find people at the Supreme Court, you'll find lawyers, legislators, politicians trying to ban these weapons, trying to put a stop to all this stuff. The government tries to ignore it and turn a blind eye and act like it doesn't exist. It's sad. It's disgusting. It's evil. It's not easy for me to let people in and see this and show people what's happening to me behind closed doors. But this is the suffering that I'm going through every single day, and it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing, and it seems like they target good people, and they're cowards. They do it from a distance. They use technology. That's why it's called electronic harassment. We live in the computer age now, where they have these satellites floating above us, and you go to the doctors and you get an X-ray, and they can see through your body, your bones, your brain. The satellites can do the same thing. They can see through. They can see through your house. They can see what you're doing in your house. And I explained the technology earlier in my other videos that I did research on, that the government's using, and the feds, and this is law enforcement. These are cops. This is Homeland Security. This is CIA. This is FBI. These are local police officers. This is what they're doing. On top of, they're out there, killing people. On top of that, racism is real. I'm mixed. I'm Puerto Rican, Sicilian, and black. What they call mulatto. So my kids are mixed with white, and my kids look white, and we're just normal people, and we treat people good. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I pray to him every day. And some people get cancer. Some people go through things in their life, and that's their battle. That's their cross that they got to pick up and carry with them every day. And if this is going to be happening to me, I'm going to try my hardest to help other people. And I'm sure that people are going to think I'm weird, but it's not. I'm a victim. I'm suffering every day. I'm hurting, and I'm trying to find a solution to what's happening to me and why the government is doing this to people who are innocent and don't do anything, And as I'm doing this now, I'm getting more attacks. Like I said, they're monitoring. When you're a targeted individual, they'll monitor you, they'll watch you, and they'll harass you. And it can happen any time of the day. You can look up targeted individuals. You can see other videos on thousands of people that are going through the same thing. It is insane, man. And every time you try to bring it up, the government tries to ignore it, or they have the power to not let it be known, and they call things like this a conspiracy theory. But in fact, it's not. My kids have to sit here and hear me scream like that in pain every day for the past 2 years. For the past 2 years, day and night, I'm tortured. They try to torture me at work, and I suck it up. I'll keep my mouth shut and bite down on my teeth, so that way I don't lose my job, and my boss doesn't think I'm crazy, or the guys don't think I'm crazy. I get attacks at work, and I have to suck it up. And I build houses. And sometimes I can't go out, we're up high. Sometimes I can't go out on a ledge or a rafter or on the roof because I'm having an attack. And I can't explain to my boss, hey, I'm having an attack right now. Someone's shooting a fucking a fucking laser beam at me or whatever, some stupid shit. And my boss is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm going to look like a retard. So I don't even tell them. So my way to inform people is to make these videos and just to be real as I can. You know what I mean? Like I said, I go to clubs. I like pretty girls. I boxed. I did the Golden Gloves. So it just goes to show you that I'm not insane, because I wouldn't be able to accomplish these things. I went to Penco Tech. I went to Bucks County Community College for a couple semesters. I went to ITT Tech. I went to Levittown Beauty Academy. I've been a barber for 20 some years, 25 years. I raised 3 kids successfully. I can hold a job. I can hold a conversation. I pay my bills. I make money. I save money. I go food shop and do laundry. I fit in a society. You would never know that this is happening to me, only if I tell you. So, it's just a horrible thing that's happening to a lot of people. But I'm going to use my know-how. I was in the military, in the Marine Corps. I know what the government's capable of. I know what they have. I know things that they do to people. And they've done experiments like this and stuff like this on their own soldiers for many years. And another thing you can look up is COINTELPRO, all right? COINTEL, Pro, PRO, all right? Look up the Zombie 9, ZOMBIE, number 9 project. Look up MK Ultra. Look up psychotronic weapons, mind control. Look up nanotechnology, mind control. Look up targeted individuals, and that will lead you to other websites. You'll see that there's already support groups. There's already all these things in place and implemented already, because this has been going on for so long. This technology's been out there for 70 plus years. 70 years, almost 100 years. This technology has been out there and nobody's known about it. So I'm fortunate enough to do research, be smart enough and strong enough, and I'm protected by the Lord Jesus Christ. Even though this is happening to me and I'm in pain and I'm suffering right now, I believe that there's a resolution, and one day I'm not going to be suffering from this. Like I said, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to try to be popular or to be some kind of YouTube sensation. I have a problem in my life right now that I need to solve, and it's to the point where it's interfering with my life and my children's life. And I want to be able to live life to the fullest. I want to be happy. You know, I want a family. I want to go to work, have friends, laugh, have a good time. And, you know, everything's a small thing to a giant. And this is just an obstacle, speed bump that I got to overcome and hurdle. And this is the best way that I know how. And, you know, communication and unity works best together. And hopefully this is going to lead to some kind of resolution and get me out of suffering, and will enable me to live a happy life, a comfortable life, instead of being in pain every day. So that's it for this video, and I'm sure I'll be making more to keep informing people of what's going on, and just up to date with what's going on with me. And like I said, you do the research, you'll be surprised. It's a whole nother world out there where people are being tortured, and it's disgusting. It's sad. It's sad when you really find out what's going on in this world. You know, everybody lives in a bubble. Everybody creates their own reality and lives in their own little circle, and you have your own little group of friends. And when you hear about problems like this, you don't want nothing to do with it because it's too scary for you. But some men are good men, and it's true. They take care of themselves, their families. Some men are great men. They take care of their circle and people around them. They draw a bigger circle around them, and they take care of a lot of people. And you know, it's just a matter of what you believe in, what you stand for, who you are, your character. And I'm not going to go through this life and let people bully people, and people bully me and my family. And, you know, I've been called every name in the book, so you can call me whatever you want. You know, I know what's real and what's not real. And what they're doing is wrong. What's wrong is wrong. What's right is right, you know. So if you don't have the knowledge, do the research, you don't know what you're talking about, then keep your mouth shut. You know, because there's people out here suffering. There's people out here that need help. There's homeless people. There's kids getting bullied on the internet. There's kids committing suicide. There's all kinds of things happening. You know, there's so many things going on out there that, you know, you don't really pay attention to. And, you know, you see these kids getting kidnapped, right? And the government has the technology to find these children. These Amber Alerts go out. They have these satellites up in the air, and they'll send an Amber Alert out where this kid gets kidnapped in a red Dodge Neon. They have a satellite floating above us, 200 and something satellites, 212 satellites floating in the atmosphere. You're going to tell me that one of them satellites can't beam down and look at the last known direction of where that car was headed? Because they would say, oh, Amber Alert, Dodge Neon, 12-year-old girl headed south on 95 or Route 30 or west on 30, you know, and last seen here. Well, let me tell you, people, that these satellites are taking pictures of the Earth 24/7. If they wanted to, they could rewind the tape. They could go into the satellite, rewind when the girl got taken, and find where the girl is. They're videotaping the Earth 24/7 for all kinds of reasons. But I would just want to bring that to your information, That's how corrupt the government is. They're watching us with satellites 24/7, and they can easily find these kidnapped kids. They use these psychotronic weapons. How many times have you heard a mother say, "Oh, I went in, little Susie was in the backyard. She never leaves the backyard, and I went inside to cook dinner, and I came back outside to get her, and she was gone, and nobody knows where she is, and the neighbors don't know where she is, and there's no sign of struggle, and or you know what I mean? That's once again, that's where this comes into play, where they're able to manipulate the child's mind, the person's mind, and get a person to walk off. They get kidnapped, and I'm telling you how real and how scary this is, man. I'm telling you how real and how scary this is. How many times have you seen, how many times have you, now let me see. I forget what I was going to say. I don't give a fuck. So, like I said, the kid thing, how many times have you heard somebody go into a school and shoot the school up, right? And the fucking, and after the shit's done, the fucking dude's like, I don't even remember. I just remember fucking something coming over me. I felt this way. I heard something. I went in, and then after it was all over, I'm standing there with a gun in my hand. I don't know what happened. That motherfucker ain't crazy. He's being manipulated by fucking the government, man. You better believe it, because the motherfucker, if you do the research, he was normal. There was nothing wrong with him before that. He didn't do shit wrong. He was not a mental patient. He was just some fucking dude, and out of nowhere, boom. There's a lot of cases like that out there, man. I'm telling you. And then they throw these dudes in prison, and a lot of these, yeah, he killed people. It's wrong. What he did's wrong. But the government's out there manipulating this. They're creating problems. They're bringing drugs into your neighborhood. They're putting porn shops in your neighborhood. They're putting bars on every corner of your neighborhood. They're flooding the streets with guns, drugs, and then they act like they can't stop it, and they act like that, and then we need them. Then they create a bigger police force. Then they say, oh, the problem's out of hand, the drug problem, blah, blah, blah. We need to give everybody a curfew. They create the problem. They create the problem. That way, we need somebody to fix the problem. And what they're doing is they're creating the problem, and then they're coming in and manipulating everybody and acting like they're trying to fix the problem. But they're not trying to fix it. They're just going to act like they're going to try to fix it. This is the world we live in. This is what's going on with everybody. These people out here, you're getting dumbed down every day. You're getting manipulated. You're getting robbed of your life, your potential. You know, everybody's in a bad mood. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's negative. I like to live, love, laugh. I like to have the best time of my life. I don't take nothing serious, because it's not serious. It's not a big deal. You go to work every day. You make your money. You go home. You spend time with your family. Go to church. It's that simple. There is nothing else. So you know, it's just it just depends on what you've been through, where you've been at in life, what your life experience is, and you know what you stand for. Some people don't stand for shit. Some people go through this world and they think life's a big fucking joke, man. And they don't take shit serious. They don't treat people with respect. They don't appreciate something good when they got it. You know, they're just ignorant, stupid people, man. Whether you're white or black. So, I don't know. I'm out. Fuck you.